Show. And y'all, we gonna be dancing today. I am so excited and pumped up about today's show. We're talking all about dance, honey, as self-care, release, recharge, and reconnect. And I have the most awesome and amazing guest for us to talk to all about this right after this. Awesome, DeMarco, how you doing?
I am fantastic. So good to talk with you this morning. How are you?
I am good. I'm so good. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you today because it's so funny. I had a friend that just sent me something, and she was on IG, and she said, "I'm thinking about getting sister locks, and who do I see in this video? You always somewhere jamming." So it was a video of me at a conference for tiny locks and everything like that, and I was, I'm
Dancing.
always down jamming and stuff like that. So I'm excited to have this conversation with you. We're gonna be talking about dance and self-care, but we met in dance class.
Yeah.
So before we really get into it, I want you to tell the Kiki Ram fam all about you.
Well, my name is DeMarco Williams, and I am a group fitness instructor. And I say group fitness because every time I'm doing my thing, it's with a group of people where we all come together and have a good time and dance and work out. So being a fitness instructor, I've been a group of fitness instructor for about 18 years now. So it's been 18 years.
Wow. Okay.
And it all started as a peer pressure type thing. Like, oh, you would be great for this. You would be great. You'd be an amazing instructor. And, I didn't think so much so, but I've been a group fitness instructor for 18 years, and it's allowed me to change my life. I didn't think about fitness the way I think about it now.
Mhm.
So now my entire being is working out, having a good time, dancing, and helping others. So pretty much my entire journey in group fitness has been about helping other people have a good time while they're working out.
And baby, it's a good time. It is a good time. We met in dance class at one of the local gyms, and I was like, I like group fitness because it makes me feel energized. I also like to dance, but I'm the kind of person that I feel like I can dance, but then my sister and her girlfriend, they may pick at me or whatever, right? But I'm like, I don't care what you're talking about. I can dance. Um, but your classes are absolutely amazing in the sense that anybody can follow along, and that's what I love about how you teach group fitness is because nobody is getting lost.
Now, one of the big things that I hear all the time, DeMarco, I can't come to your class. I can't dance. I can't do that. I can't do that. But a lot of people look at that word and get really discouraged by the word dance
Mhm.
because, you may not have the rhythm as a dancer. But what my goal is when you come in this class, you don't think about the fact that you may be a little bit off a beat. There's really no beat. There's music playing and we're moving. So I
Yeah.
keep it simple so everybody can do it. But I don't like that word when people say, I can't, I can't, I can't. Yes, you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, you
Yes.
can. And
Lit-
my goal is to make sure that you really enjoy yourself while you're there.
And you do a beautiful job of it. And I've been in your classes, all the time. And I see different people, different backgrounds, ages. Everybody be up in that joker, like just jam, get to it. And the music be, different and everything like that. And everybody seems to absolutely love it. So I think that, but I also think that that is a skill. But speaking of a skill, tell everybody what your biggest superpower is. As a positive psychologist, I believe in strengths. I believe that we all have superpowers. And so I want to know what yours is.
Well, when it comes to now my background, I have many backgrounds. I've touched in so many different things. So I love the fact that right now, at my age right now, I'm able to bring all of my backgrounds together. My superpower would be my communication skills. I communicate with people, and I have a communications degree. I've been in communications my entire life. Now I bring my communications to the dance floor, to the gym, to our workout sessions, and being able to communicate with so many people on the level, as a DJ, as a group fitness instructor. I bring all of that together, and I like to be able to touch everybody. With the diversity that we have in my classes, I
Mhm.
want to be able to touch this person and that person, this person, no matter what your backgrounds are. But the diversity comes together, and we're all one. So
Yeah.
my communication skills with everybody, I want everybody to feel the exact same way, and get the same joy out of my classes when they come in.
Oh man, and they do. I can see it. We be high fiving each other. Be like, "Oh Lord!" I mean, we be like, "He be on one right now. We tired, and you still, So it's so nice. So you are a presenter and an instructor at the Thrive 25 Women's Conference. Woo!
Yes, yes, I look forward to it. Can't wait.
Which is actually coming up next week. And I can't believe that is almost here. And, the reason why I wanted you to be there and just this to be a part of the whole conference is because I believe in it. I believe in it as also a form of self-care.
Yes.
I come to your classes and I'm healed. Not only do I feel good about my body, I feel good about my mental and all of those things. So, what does dance as self care mean to you?
Dance, as self care for me, for personally myself, when it comes to my work schedule. We all have overloaded work schedules these days. We all take on multiple chores, and some with kids. You have kids, so you have these different avenues that are taking over your world. When it comes to the dance aspect of it, that's my time to break away from the all of the extremities that's going on in the world, all the extra, the negativity or whatever you have going on outside of the gym. Leave all of that out there. Leave it outside. And when you come inside to the room to partake in these dance classes, that's your time
Yeah.
for you. One of the big things I say in every class is this is your workout. This is for you. So
Hmm.
this is your time to say, you know what? I had the most hectic day. I had so much stress this morning getting out of the door. This time right now is for me. I don't have to deal with anybody else. No work, no kids, no nothing else but myself. And that's your time to just release and just enjoy yourself. Just and another word I use all the time is wild out. Wild out and have a good time. When you wild out, have a good time. Don't think about nothing that's going on in your life outside of there, and just have a great, amazing time. And that's the joy that we bring.
Yeah, I love that. And I do feel like it's a form of self care because I can be having a rough day, stressful day, whatever. All we have to do is get ourselves to your class and we wow out. And I feel like I'm on somebody's video or something like back in the day, saying that kind of thing. And it really does. Once you leave, you're like, wow, that was so very much worth the effort to get into the building, right?
Yes.
And so I absolutely love that. Like I love it as a form of self-care. Talk about, you talked about wilding out, and you also talk about dance as a way to release what no longer serves you, right?
Yes.
What does that look like in one of your classes in practice?
Well, coming to the class for me, like I look at it this way. Sometimes you need an outlet,
Hmm.
and that class is pretty much an outlet. And sometimes you come outside of yourself, and one of the things I hear people say sometimes, like, I didn't plan on having this much fun. I didn't plan on burning this many calories. I didn't plan on sweating this much. So when I say come in and wild out, we come into that room and that space, and it gives us an opportunity to just say, you know what, whatever happens, happens. And sometimes you say to yourself, I didn't know I could go that hard. I didn't know I could dance that much. I didn't know I could actually, burn this many calories in one session.
Yeah.
But as you come in there, I want to make sure everybody's comfortable. And when you come in, I want to make sure that you get done what you came there for. So many people, for so many reasons, say I come in to relieve stress, to get away from the world and all the issues going on right now. But that's your time to just basically just zone out.
Yeah.
And when I say zone out, I want you to just pretend like nobody's watching and
Yeah.
just move.
I love that because here's the thing. I know that, like you said earlier, so many people are so self-conscious, right? Like about we be self-conscious about everything, right? Like, I mean, but I think that being in your class and just even using dance as a form of like being at a place where I can just be who I am, no matter whether I'm on rhythm or not. I think it's an important lesson to actually learn.
Yeah.
Um, and I wish more women would learn that it's okay to come into a space like that and let down their hair and just
Yes.
be and sweat. I'd be seeing friends in class. I'd be like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, girl. Like when you come and you get into an environment like this, you start to see people. But
Yes.
okay, what if people don't have the opportunity to go to a gym like the one that we're a part of? How can they do something like this and still get that dance in as working out? Because I think it's still important because I think it's still ultimately still self-care.
It is. It is self care, and what you may see a lot of times nowadays, friends get together. It doesn't have to be on a gym setting. It doesn't have to be at a club setting,
Hmm.
but it's people getting together. Well, it can be in your backyard. You can
Yeah.
turn on the music and have a cookout in the backyard, and you know what's going to happen? We're all going to start to dance. We're all going to start to do the latest line dances. It's going to bring us all together. And I see that all the time because, I've been teaching these classes. I said 18 years. I've been at so many different locations, so many different gyms. But the thing about it is, you meet people. That's where you're going to meet people. So
Yeah.
I see people in my classes today. They met in that class. They're friends because of that class, and they do their extra activities outside of the gym together because they've become friends from being in that class. So even if you don't have access to a gym or go to a regular cardio class on a regular basis, you can get together with your friends and create what it is that you want out of your self care with dance. And like I said, barbecue backyard barbecues right now are the thing.
There we
You can
go.
do it at home. Yes.
There we go. No, it is, and I mean we coming up on another holiday, and so we might be doing that tomorrow, uh, right? Um, I think you said something important, right? I think that it creates community,
Definitely.
and I don't care what stage of life you're in. Community is very important for us all to be able to have, and I've met even business partners in dance class at gym and
Yeah.
all of that. And I'm a big proponent of that kind of stuff because I think that we're living in a time where so many people are lonely,
That's true.
right? We're living in a very lonely time. And I think getting out, having some fun, and not thinking about, just all of the stress of what society has deemed working out should look like,
Hmm.
right? Talk about that because a lot of people think if you ain't lifting 25,000 tons, right? If you ain't running 25,000 miles, and I run, but a lot of people think if you're not doing the traditional types of working out, you're not working out.
Dude, well, working out, there's so many different aspects of working out, and everybody has their own personal goals. So, whatever your goals are, you need to find what it is that is going to help you get to that goal. What's going to help you reach that goal? And for most people, the quickest. When I look at dance is one of those things that's going to help you with your heart rate. It's going to help you
Yeah.
burn calories. Yes, you're going to sweat a lot. And a lot of people say, well, you're just going to sweat and you're going to put it right back on. But you have to have multiple components of your workout. When it
Yeah.
comes to the dance part of it, yes, you're strengthening your heart and your cardio, but you're also releasing That's a big thing of releasing those toxins in your body.
Yep.
And that definitely helps with the overall package of working out. Whether it's weight loss, or your doctor said, hey, you need to move more for your heart rate. Whether it is something that you're doing for physical appearance. A lot of people like to work out because I need to lose this stomach. I want to lose certain body parts because I want to look better in clothes. And then some will say, you know what, I just want to have a good time because I want my heart to be stronger. So when it comes down to dance as a workout, that's got to be, you have to incorporate it in your way. Dancing and toning, there's things that you can do where you can dance and you can hold weights at the same time. And that's toning your body at the same time. So it's not just a form of just cardio. You can actually dance and do other things as well, and hit your fitness goals, whatever your goals may be.
My dog wants to be barked. You can see when you live.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Okay.
Well,
It just,
I had a brief talk with my miniature schnauzer that, hey, I'm about to go in here and I'm about to work. Daddy's got some work to do in here, so I need you to be quiet. So she's back in the back being quiet right now. She's listening.
I made a mistake and not shut the window. Okay. I love it though, but this is why I love, doing this work and stuff like that, because you got to be flexible.
Yes.
You got to do, got to do the things.
The show must go on.
I heard everything you said. But I love the dance and tone too, right? Like, because I think that now that's the best of both worlds, which is one of the
Yes.
reasons why I also like boot camp too, because boot camps can do,
Yes.
you sweat and you do all that. And I just think that we should be more open to finding different ways of like working out. And I think the aspect of making that thing fun for you, because the only workout that people can, should be doing is the one that you'll actually do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something that you want to do, something that you enjoy doing. Yes.
Exactly. Versus getting up, dreading going, going to, the gym or just whatever and hating doing that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you share, like a moment where dance helped you, overcome something big in your life, or just get through something that you were going through that was tough in life?
Well, and I have to say this too. I have a lot of people that kind of got upset with me during this time, but I went through a phase where it's like I want to go back to school. At my big age, I decided to go back to school to get a business degree, right? During that time of getting my business degree, I had no clue the difficulties I was going to have with writing papers and studying and testing. That was a difficult time for me. But hey, I started it. I got to finish this thing. I got to graduate. I got to finish this thing. So I took that time to go back to school, but it took away from a lot of the classes, because I would get to those classes. And when I got to those classes, I was really taking out my stress and my frustration from school. I was taking it out in those classes. So all the participants during that time were like, DeMarco, you're trying to kill us. What's going on? We're doing nonstop jumping and dancing. And it's like, what's going on in your personal life that you're coming to this class and you're taking it out on us? Something's going on. So I had to let everybody know my frustrations at that time happened to me getting my bachelor's degree in business.
That was hilarious.
And I was like so stressed. But when I got there and I crank up that music and the bass is going hard and we're jamming out, I didn't stop. I let that entire time go, and it's like, DeMarco, we're not going to slow down.
We got no slow songs up in here. Come on.
And I had to apologize, like, guys, look, that's what I was going through during that time.
That is hilarious. No, I feel you so much, because when I was getting my PhD, I had to take many dance breaks, many of them, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think people realize how tough it can be, not to mention going back to school, like you said, at our big age, right? I went back to school as an adult and everything like that. and ultimately got my PhD, and I had small kids, so I was really,
Oh, well,
you know, I really needed it at that time. So I think that is, that's important that we know that you can really use this as,
yes.
that kind of mechanism, right? And
Hmm.
so, okay, so you bring a whole bunch of energy to your classes, which
Yes.
I love, love, love so much, right? How do you refill your own cup when you're pouring out to others all the time?
Woo, now that is a good question. That's a great question right there because honestly, and I tell people this sometimes that you may not be in your best mode. You got to be in a certain mood. My mode right now is kind of chill. I'm relaxed,
Mm,
and in a few hours here, I got to crank it up. I got to get my level at a level to where others are going to see my level and say, "Hey, I want to be this." So sometimes I'm on a trail of just burning out. I do so much doing this and doing that and run. I'm getting prepared for the Peachtree Road Race tomorrow. So
me too.
yes, so it's like one of those things where it's like I got to get my mode right. So sometimes for me, I go into this silent mode.
Mm,
Yes, I got to be Mr. Energy, Mr. Energetic when I'm in those classes, and we go hard and I bring the energy. But when that's over, I have to go into my mental
yeah,
space of quiet. So
yeah.
believe it or not, as loud as I am and how outspoken and energetic I am, when I leave and everybody's gone and I'm sitting here at home by myself, I get into a stage of quiet. And that helps me.
Yeah.
I have to build myself and prepare myself for what's next.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. Me too, right?
Yeah.
I'm loud, all that, doing 1,000 things and stuff like that. But I still love my quiet time. And my quiet time is normally in the mornings,
Yeah.
like as early as 4 or 5 o'clock a.m. to just prep myself before, the day is going and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm gonna be in your class tonight. And then I also have the preach tree row race in the morning. As
Yes. Can't
so
wait. Can't wait.
bright and early. I missed it
Yes.
last year because I was stuck in Santa Barbara, California. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm here now. I'm ready.
Let's
I'm
do it.
used
We're doing
to it.
this
Stuff like
tomorrow.
that. We doing this tomorrow. Get these six
Yes.
miles out the way.
Yes.
So what probably is your favorite song or your favorite style of movement to kind of boost your energy, and what can we as women do when we're thinking about boosting energy?
Music drives me. I come from the background from the radio background as
Mm,
well, DJing and things like that too. So when it comes to music, I like to make sure that I'm playing the type of music that's going to impact people. There's so many different styles of music out there, but for my certain particular style is up tempo. It could be an up tempo song, and you may not even like the artist. You may not even like what they're saying, but the beat of the song and it requires movement. And you
mm,
may start moving without even trying to. You may not be a dancer, but the next thing you know, you're bopping your head and moving around, and you're
mhm.
like, well, hey, this song made an impact on me. I like finding songs like that.
Yeah.
There's several different, you may say like R&B. Oh, I love R&B music. Well, there's up tempo R&B, pop music, even nowadays country music, any different types of genres of music. But as a group fitness instructor, is my goal is try to find those songs that I can feel I feel a certain way about, that makes me feel a certain type of way. And when I present those in class, I see the exact same way. I see how I feel. I see the faces. I see
Yeah.
others feel that way too.
Yeah, no, they do. Because and I love your music, and I think you try to be very inclusive with a lot of the music that you play in your classes and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about something that I think is really important, and I think that a lot of women don't necessarily talk about it. A lot of women have issues, or they feel a certain way about their bodies,
Hmm.
right? And y'all, we got a lot of body shaming going on out here and all this kind of stuff. And the world will make you think that everybody need to be on Ozempic. Because we all supposed to be skinny and all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. I'm a woman and who talks to other women, who coach other women, and I know that a lot of women are very self-conscious about their bodies. like about their bodies. I am not a big person or anything like that, but I feel like I've been trying to lose the same 10 pounds in my stomach for like the last 10 years, you know? But I don't let that stop me from like being out there. But there are a lot of women who won't even step foot in the gym because
Yeah.
they already feel like they need to be a certain size or a certain weight before they even go to the gym. It's almost like you need to be saved before you go to church, which
That's
is not how it's supposed to
not the
work.
case.
So, what advice could you give women who are really ashamed of their bodies, scared to even step into a gym or a group fitness kind of class, such as yours? Yeah,
I've had people before say that oh yeah, one of these days I'm going to be ready to come to your class,
yeah,
and I think about that. I'm like, what does she mean by I'm going to be ready to come to your class? And we can only assume because those type of conversations. I know a lot of women have together with each other about, oh, look at me, my size, am I getting big? And you can have those type of conversations, but for a group fitness instructor like myself, I can't have that kind of you
yeah,
know conversation to say, why do you think you have to get ready? You have to lose weight just to come to my class. I can't say that, but I know and I feel that sometimes where you are saying I got to get prepared to come to your class. And my class is where you actually come to prepare to better yourself. So I look at it from the standpoint with a lot of women because I look at my classes and there's a lot of women. I have diversity, lots of men and women,
hmm,
but for the women that may be self-conscious about their bodies, finding those accountability partners because like I said, a lot of people that come to those classes, they end up becoming friends, and some people come to those classes because they were invited by a friend. And when there's women out there that can have those conversations with each other about body shaming and self-conscious about body, stomach, and all that type. There's so many different things. Not everybody's going to be a size 2,
yeah,
but finding the comfort, just being comfortable in who you are, and finding somebody that's going to help you better to feel even more comfortable. So
yeah.
finding accountability partners, because everybody's got that one friend or a few friends that are always in the gym or always in those classes. And you may say, one day I'm going to join them. You know, join them one day. Find that person that can do it with you. You don't have to be alone in your journey. Find somebody that can do it and be along with you.
I love that. Like I mean, because I do think that some people need to need that accountability partner. I'm a coach. I'm an executive coach, and so I believe in accountability all the time, right? And I think that
Yes.
is super helpful for people who are afraid. And then I would just say, to us as women, who cares, honey? Who who? I know you care,
You.
but ain't nobody like the way I look at women who have all these different body types and they roll up in the class, I'd be like, yes, let's get up in here and get
Do
this
it.
hands go,
Do it. Yeah.
like let's do it. So it's more of a solidarity thing versus a judgment thing. I don't
Yeah.
think I've not seen nobody, especially in your classes or anybody, judging somebody who's
No.
coming up with a different body type. We don't see that.
Yeah, and just like I said, when you come in there, wild out, and you act like nobody's watching because you believe it or not, everybody's looking at themselves in that mirror.
They
Everybody's
are.
looking at their own movements. They're looking at their own actions. They're not
Mhm.
really paying attention to you. So
We're
don't
not.
worry about anybody else outside of yourself. You look at you, and you look at you, and you find that confidence in yourself in that mirror. And I've told people that many, many, many times, and I see that a lot of people, they come back every time. They come back every time, and they enjoy it.
They do. I see people coming back and coming back as well. So I think people follow you. People be following you around. So so one of the last questions I asked you is like, how do you see the relationship between dance and mental health evolving in this wellness space?
Yes, I see it more and more because more people are leaning to dance for their mental health.
Yeah.
Because at one point in time, you a lot of people thought that dance is just a part of working out. I don't want to work out.
Yeah.
I'm not here to work out or to sweat and all that. But when you look at what it can do for your mental health and your self care,
Yeah.
once you realize that and really open up to it and say, you know what, this is more than just a dance for health and fitness. This is
Mhm.
more of a mental space. This is a time for me to clear out all that's going on mentally and allow me to just focus on me.
Yeah.
So I see it more and more and more. And one of the ways I do see it is those classes get larger and larger. And to
Mhm.
where it gets to the point where, hey, I might need to add a new class here because the more and more people are starting to join in and realize, this is more than just a dance for cardio. This is something that's helping me mentally and making me feel better about my life and what I'm dealing with outside of here.
Yeah, I believe it so, so very much. I mean, I literally feel 20 times lighter, even up here, my in my mental space after I've gone to a class, right?
Hmm.
A dance class especially. And I think that more people should adopt this also because I used to be one of the people back in my day, honey. I used to be up in the club. Okay.
Oh, yes.
We ain't going to the club no more. We too
I'm
old
not doing that anymore. No, not
not doing
anymore.
that no more. Like and everything that comes with and everything like that. So if you are a person like me who used to love going to the club, and I was one of those people who really loved going to the club, and I danced, right? And you got other people going to the club, they standing around looking. I'm like, I'm on the dance floor like this, right? I'm like, why we come here?
What are we here for?
What we here for? That kind of thing. And so I find so much joy in this being able to come to dance class. It ain't no club. You ain't got nobody all trying to roll up on you.
Yes.
It's a safe place to get your dance on.
Yes.
It's lovely.
And like I said, I come from that background of the club, of the
Mhm.
DJ. So now I love it now because I bring all of my background to this one space, from
Yes.
my communication skills with people, the DJ background, and I'm also a hype man. When
Oh,
I get
you
on the
are.
mic, I become a different persona when I get on the mic. So I become all of these things that I used to be. I'm bringing them to current day, and we're doing it in a different setting, and it's bringing joy, and
It
I
is.
absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
It is. You're so skilled at it, and I love it. And speaking of that, you're going to be bringing all that to the Thrive 25 Women's Conference next week.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so excited. So, what are you most looking forward to bringing or coming to the Thrive 25 conference?
I love it when I see women get together and everybody's coming together for an amazing cause. So
Mhm.
that's one thing, the joy that I get out of seeing us come together as people, everybody together. But also, from what I bring to the table, I have this new little line dance I want to do. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring it to the conference. We're gonna do it here at the conference next week, and everybody's gonna have a good time. And it's not something that everybody's, oh, I can't do that. Oh, yes, you can. Everybody,
I'm so
everybody can.
excited about
So
that.
yeah, I want to bring that joy that way, and let's us all have a good time and just create an environment of just love, positivity, joy, and peace, and we're just gonna have an amazing time. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm so excited. You look, you done made my day. I am so excited about that. We're gonna have a good time.
Yes,
Plus, you're also on the wellness panel,
yes,
right? And so you're gonna be really dropping those jewels in terms of how we as women can really get better at doing some of this stuff on our own and what we can do
yes.
outside of like the conference space and that kind of thing as well. So I'm excited to hear from you. I'm excited for the rest of the women to get to experience what I get to experience on a regular basis by going to your classes and stuff like that. So before we hop off, I want you to tell everybody what else you're doing, how people can get in touch with you, where they can potentially get your classes outside of the Thrive 25 Women's Conference. Let the people know.
Yes, well, I keep everything on my social media. So if you look at It's DeMarco, ITSDEMARCO, that's Facebook, Instagram, what all the other stuff, Twitter, all that stuff that we got out there. It's DeMarco. And pretty much when it comes to I'm working on a lot of different projects that are outside of our gym
Mhm.
setting. But yeah, and I teach at multiple different places, and I do private events as well. I do the background stuff where it comes to DJing and master of ceremony. I do a little bit of everything. But anytime you need to reach me, it's DeMarco. I would say go to my website, but I'm one of those people that my website right now is just kind of parked
Yep.
And
Yep.
so if you go to
Okay.
instamarco.com, you can still reach me, but it's not going to give you all of the information. But Instagram, that's a great source of way of reaching me as well.
Awesome. Y'all go check out It's DeMarco on IG. I follow him. So if you follow me, you can see that you can see his handle on there. And also I invite you all, get your tickets. It's almost time is almost up. So
Yes.
525 Women's Conference, July the 12th and 13th. If you do VIP, July the 11th. And it's right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Go to kikiramsey.com and you'll see all the information to get your tickets. I really want to see you in the house. I feel like the Lord has really blessed me to be able to put this conference on. And I know that if you're in the room, you're absolutely going to be blessed by all that is that's going on. So I want to see y'all in the room.
Yeah.
Thank you, DeMarco, for being on the show. I
Thank you.
have thoroughly enjoyed you in our conversation. And if you are in the area, I love to see y'all at the conference. All right, y'all. Peace.